You know, I never thought I'd see the day when liberal media institutions finally pushed back on the nuttier demands of the wokerati. So it was great to read last week about how the British Movie and TV Awards are no longer entertaining the notion of dismantling their gendered categories just to pander to the minuscule numbers of so-called non-binary performers who wish to compete as neither man nor woman. So, after 2 years of, quote, debating the thorny question of gendered acting categories, the British Academy of Film and Television Arts, aka BAFTA, have told performers such as Bella Ramsey and Emma's Darcy and Corin to pick a lane and shut up about it already. Because for the purposes of our ceremony going forward, you're either a sausage-wielding XY guy or a fanny-flapping double X gal.
Yeah, you tell them.
Apparently, BAFTA revealed that they've been engaged in proactive and thoughtful consultation on the subject of gendered acting categories and had been speaking to sector peers, industry stakeholders and experts. Though why you need to speak to experts to realise that just creating one genderless category in place of two separate ones would just result in less noms and less chances of winning for everyone, but bona fide women especially, I don't know. Because we've already seen the effect of this kind of insane virtue signalling, when the UK Brit Awards indeed totally cucked and got rid of the male and female categories for music artists back in 2022. Which of course resulted in an all-male shortlist, what the wokies and feminists just ended up complaining about anyway.
No!
Most of the high-profile pressure for such changes initially came from non-binary homosexual pop artists such as Sam Smith. You know, the inflatable gimp guy what loves to dress up as the devil and also a human slug for some reason. Because he missed out on a nomination at the 2021 ceremony, all because he couldn't better describe himself as a man. Something I can actually agree with him there, to be fair. Though according to the rap, it was the TCA Awards that kicked off the movement as far back as 1996, followed by the Grammys in 2012 and other such competitions like the MTV Movie and TV Awards and the Film Independent Spirit Awards, all ditching separate Best Actor and Best Actress categories and combining them into one field populated with 10 actors. But anyway, even after all the controversy of seeing how their harebrained ideas actually play out in real time, they still write articles asking why award shows must still have exclusive gendered acting categories. Like, aren't these the same people who keep crying and whining about how Hollywood and the music industry is a misogynistic male-dominated space that has no respect or regard for women? So why do they think that making one category that will inevitably, and indeed has been dominated by men for the service of men, be a remotely good thing for representation and inclusivity? You'd think they'd be begging to defend the borders of separated categories, to give biological females a chance and ensure a woman can be recognised and win an award at the ceremony. At the end of the day, non-binary performers like Liv Hewson can keep crying about there not being a space for them in these competitions all they like, but removing categories altogether is simply not the answer, and is paradoxically just going to reduce the opportunity to be nominated and win, as we've already seen play out IRL. And if anything, they should be campaigning for a third additional category for the non-binaries. Just like with women's sports, the only truly inclusive solution that would be a tolerable compromise would be a third set grouping which does not encroach on the attainment record of women, nor overwhelm the biological limits of female achievement. And well, at least some sane people are speaking out about the issue, as All Saints singer Shaznay Lewis also warned that women face being disregarded and excluded by gender-neutral categories, as quote, scrapping male and female categories will deny a generation of girls from having the experience of winning, which is something we've literally just seen pan out during the 2024 Satanic Olympics. Ultimately, it seems pretty obvious that these people don't actually care about female representation, nor what makes logical sense in terms of furthering women's potential, but instead simply act on what feels right and what makes them feel like good moral agents of the liberal doctrine of the day, without spending a millisecond to think through the consequences, nor even adjust their worldview when presented with said consequences IRL. Oh well, good on BAFTA I say for preserving common sense and basic standards, because hopefully this means that they're now beginning to realise that you'll never be able to please these culty lovies what love deconstructing perfectly good working models that have served the industry for generations. So it's best not to bother indulging in their crackpot lobbying and narcissistic whining, and just carry on being normal already.